on social media platforms like TikTok. Now, TikTok has been the center of attention for quite a number of days. Most recently, we've seen our president meet the Meta platform CEO, and he had an opportunity to be here in Kenya, and it was more of an advancement kind of conversation whereby we had our president talk about how our social media content creators are going to get an opportunity to create even more, and opportunities that are coming through Instagram, and of course how we're going to earn more even on platforms such as TikTok.
Yeah, but it seems that we're following in our American friends' footsteps in potentially banning TikTok for public officials. In the US, it started off with a TikTok ban for public officials because they could not guarantee the safety of information. So if you're using a device that was given to you by the state, by your job, you could not use it for TikTok. Also, some public officials could not have TikTok accounts. And it seems we might be headed in the same direction. Currently in the US now, there's a bill to just ban TikTok for everybody. I think it's passed through their Senate and still undergoing like deliberations to see if it'll be passed into law. But CS Kithure Kindiki here said that there's a question on whether or not the data of public officials is secure when they're using TikTok. Of course, this is terrible news for Peter Salasya and Karen Nyamu, who are quite big TikTokers. But we'll be able to see if that the CS does ban it, for public officials, and if that ban then spills over to the rest, because I feel like it's a slow-moving train, but it gets to you eventually.
Just to highlight that the Interior Cabinet Secretary, that is Kithure Kindiki, told Parliament that the National Security Council, NSC, is dealing with the threats posed by social media platforms, including TikTok, and we've seen that routine being followed by other nations. Sometimes you might actually look at it as political statement, because it's a Chinese platform, and you remember the big war with Huawei and iPhone.
True.
We saw the big exchange, and they were accusing China of using such platforms for surveillance, and that's why they're saying that it poses as a risk to national security. And of course, there is no exact law that talks about it, but the CS is working hand in hand with Ministry of Defense and that of Information, Communication, and the Digital Economy to guard our cyberspace from internal and external threats. And you remember the other time we were hacked as a nation,
right?
And
we're figuring it out as we go, clearly.
No, but it's true, because these platforms were not actually launched as products. They were left to the public, and now it's more of management. You cannot control something that you did not launch as a product.
Yeah, true.
Everyone is figuring out.
As we go.
You'd find a 13-year-old having more tricks than you, because to them that's child's play. To you, it's more like a technical platform that
you're like,
needs,
TikTok and
like, do you have a manual for it? And the kids are really thriving. One thing I have an issue with is most people have built their lives around social media. Some are big on TikTok, just TikTok. They create the platforms for positivity and entertainment, some
education, etc.
Like cooking channels and stuff like that. So it becomes such a huge threat to their livelihood, keeping in mind that most people actually transitioned fully into social media content creation.
That's very true. If you want some entertainment, go watch there's a Senate hearing in the US where the CEO of TikTok was being quote unquote grilled, and it's funny to watch. It's just very funny to watch.
Who's your favorite person on TikTok, by the way?
My favorite person on TikTok to watch currently, I have so many people, but I would say for now there's Sue. Okay, no, Sue, I have not watched her content in a long time, but Sue we know is that top because it polarizes people. People get so sensitive about who, what she's making, why she's making it. I'm trying to think who's my favorite. I discovered yesterday. Kasichana kadogo 1.5 years. Appetite near fundi. I showed you.
The one that is eating ugali and then other snacks and stuff. Mimi wangu ni kapinto.
A bigger portion
wangu ni kapinto, guys.
Level yake ni hapa.
Yako ni huku chini. Yeah, I like his attitude. Wakamba mwachane na mi attitude. Mwachane attitude ya